These are my note cards. Have you prepared your bucket list yet? You know what I'm talking about? The list of things that you want to do, or things you want to see, or accomplish by the time you kick the bucket. Well, I'm going to share with you something that I think would be something that you might want to add to that list. My wife and I were missionaries for a little while in South America, and we had an assignment in some very remote places. One of them was at around 500 miles off the coast. There's a small group of islands called the Galapagos Islands. These islands are very unique in that they have more than 200 species of indigenous life that you don't find anywhere else on the entire planet. Aside from this unique life that they have there also is very protective of the habitat there, the government it is, so that there's no commercialism, there's no outside tourism. Everything is tried to be kept untouched by man's influence. And these two factors really make it something worth seeing. I'll just tell you a little bit about some of the species that are common there and how it might affect you. Probably most popular, most well known, is the giant turtles that they have. We were standing on the street, and there was a man with a pickup truck who had a sign that said Galapagos turtles. And for $3, he'll give you a ride in the back of his pickup truck. You drive off into this savanna, this very high grass, looking for turtles just roaming about. And he found a watering hole, had about 4 or 5 of these tortoises there. They're about 6 feet long. They come up over your waist in height. And you can go right up to them and touch them. They're pretty docile. But they make a very unique sound, extremely deep hissing noise that you really can't even describe. It's something that you have to experience. It gives you chills, really. They have another species there that's pretty well known too. It's called the blue-footed booby, which is a kind of bird. It looks like a seagull, but it looks like they took a seagull and dipped its feet into bright blue paint, because the feet from the tip of their foot up to about their ankle are bright fluorescent blue. And these birds they like flap their feet around to show off how blue their foot is to attract the female. The bluer the better. They also have a unique way of fishing where they'll fly in a whole flock of birds about 30 feet off the water looking for a school of fish. And when they find a school, all at once, you'll see them just drop out of the sky into the water. And they dive under the water 20 to 30 feet. So from the shore, you just see a flock of birds fall out of the sky and disappear because they come up somewhere else. It's really unique to see. They have many other things too. They have warm water penguins that are not found anywhere else. They have large land iguanas, literally hundreds of unique species. But what really makes it a place worth seeing is the fact that when you see all these different forms of life and how they're interconnected, each of them have a unique design for a specific purpose and how they exist, it causes you to think about the purpose of life. In fact, this is the location where the man Charles Darwin wrote his book, Origin of Species, which was his theory of evolution. But for a Christian, when you look at it, you can't deny the fact that there's tremendous design put into creation. And so when you see all of this untouched by man's influence, it really makes you think about, is there a purpose to the life that we see? And does our own life have purpose? And so it's a place really that causes one to have reflection. So in conclusion, I hope I convey the idea that this unique place, the Galapagos Islands, is really a place that is inspiring and filled with life, untouched by man, and a place that's probably worthy of adding to your bucket list.